Thank you for watching. My name is Advocate Muhammad Abduroaf, and today we will deal with a question sent to us. The question goes as follows. Very dear Advocate, my child's father says if I take him to the maintenance court, I will get less. Is that true? I'll be honest with you, I received that question or had a discussion with so many people regarding that specific scenario. If you require child maintenance from the other parent, in this example, the father, he tells the mother, if you take me to the maintenance court, you will get nothing or you will get much less than what I am offering you. Now, that is not correct. Firstly, if the matter goes to the maintenance court, more than likely you will get what you're entitled to, what's fair. If the person is paying a lot of money, more than what he should be paying, then more than likely you may get a bit less. But if the party is paying too little, the father earns quite a lot of money, and he, out of his own, pays a very little, a small sum of maintenance towards the minor child or the minor children. He does not want to pay more. And you tell him, I'm taking you to the maintenance court. And he says, no, if you take me to the maintenance court, you will get less because I work for myself. I work from with cash and I don't have a bank account or I don't put my money into my bank account. And should you take me to the maintenance court, I will tell the maintenance court I'm not working. I have very little income. My bank account will prove that. And you better take your you should not take your chances by going to the maintenance court. You should stick to what I have offered you. Now that is a general scenario that comes to me where a party asks me, Advocate, will I get less or maybe more in the maintenance court? Now, the law is clear. A party should pay maintenance according to his or her means. Full stop. I'll use a silly example. If the minor child costs 100 Rand per month, that includes clothing, education, accommodation, medicine, whatever it is, and the one parent earns 1,000 and the other parent earns another 1,000, that means both parents should pay 50 Rand towards a minor child expenditure. Now, that specific scenario might pan out as follows, where the one parent who cares for the minor child would be paying towards a minor child's daily expenditure, buy the food, the clothing, etc. And that will come to about maybe 30 Rand, and the balance of the 20 Rand could be used towards accommodation. And the parent who must pay maintenance will have to now pay that additional 50 Rand to the other parent, whatever, however you want to work it out. And that 50 Rand must be used towards other expenditure for the minor child. That could be relating to food, medical, and so on. But at the end of the day, the minor child cost 100 Rand, and both parents, out of their pockets, will have to contribute that. That's a simple example. Now, in deciding on what amount of maintenance a parent should pay, where do you start? The starting block would be, what does the minor child cost? You can't take it from any other point. If the minor child costs 100 Rand, it's impossible or it's irregular, improper for you to claim 200 Rand maintenance. It doesn't make logical sense. You should, at best, at most, ask for 100 Rand because you are unemployed and you are unable to care for a minor child. And that means the other parent should pay 100%. But you cannot claim 110%. And some people try that. And then you have the other extreme example where a parent is entitled to 100% or maybe less, maybe 80% of the minor child's expenditure, but the parent only claims 50% or 40%. And the parent uses his or her income to supplement what the other parent should be paying. And that is also not right. My scenario for that would be the one parent earns 2,000 Rand, the other parent earns 1,000 Rand who cares for the minor child, but the parent who earns double what the mother earns in this scenario only pays for half the expenditure, where that parent should have been paying for, sorry, only pays for half, but that parent should have been paying 2/3 of the minor child's expenditure because that parent earns double what the mother earns. That's a general scenario. There are obviously certain nuances and different calculations that might be applicable depending upon the expense. For argument's sake, let's say the mother she has medical aid, and the employer takes a certain portion of the mother's medical aid, which is allocated to the minor child. That proportion might be a bit more different. For example, you can argue that should the mother not have had medical aid, how much would she have been spending on the minor child's medical expenditure? So, but those are all different type of examples that you can look at and how to apply. But at the end of the day, a parent should pay according to the means and also what is reasonable under the circumstances, considering what the parents earn and what the needs of the minor child is. Moving back to our question, when you go to the maintenance court has powers. They can subpoena bank statements. They can subpoena witnesses. They can call the father in. They can, if the father says, I can only afford 50 rand, and you believe he can afford much more and he require much more, the maintenance court can say, sir, I want proof thereof. I want proof that your lifestyle, where are you staying? You're saying that you only earn 1,000 per month, but you're living here, you're in the fine clothing. On your Facebook account, you're earning so much money. You are spending so much money because you're showing pictures of nice cars, of restaurants, of holidays, whatever the case may be. The maintenance court will have to get involved, and the maintenance court must be convinced that this person can or cannot afford to pay the maintenance requested that the minor child requires, that the minor child needs. Therefore, I would advise you, if you are receiving more than what you are entitled to, leave it as such, say thank you, and move on. And the other parent is happy to pay that. If you feel that you are receiving far less than what you're entitled to because the other parent earns much more than you, is capable of paying much more maintenance, and of course the minor child requires much more maintenance from you, under those circumstances, my advice to you strongly is to go to the maintenance court. Because historically, if the parent has been paying, for argument's sake, let's say 50 Rand for the month, and he says, if you take me to the maintenance court, you will get less, you will get 30 Rand or nothing. Obviously, logically speaking, the maintenance court will say, but sir, you've been paying the 50 Rand for the last few months, or for the last few years. There's no way the maintenance court will reduce that 50 Rand. You have nothing to lose. You only have to gain, because how could he have afforded that 50 Rand? But as I mentioned earlier on, if he has been paying much more, then maybe say thank you and be appreciative towards that specific situation. And let's not go to the maintenance court and waste the maintenance court's time, because he might decide, you know what, I want to pay a more fair amount or a less amount that is in conformity with the needs of the minor child. How do I go to the maintenance court? Yes, you find out where your closest magistrate's court is, where you reside, where you work. You find out where it is, and you lodge your application there. They will call the other side, the father in this scenario, to the maintenance court, and during the procedure, you will have to provide your income, proof of income, your expenditure for you and the minor child. The father would have to do exactly the same. And the court will have to look at various factors, as I mentioned earlier on, the lifestyle of the parties, what can be seen, what can be shown. If you were together with the other party and paid for certain expenditure, yes, those are very important factors to consider as well. But at the end of the entire exercise, if the court is convinced, and you must assist the court in being convinced that the child costs so much and that it requires so much, of course, and that the other parent can contribute, and you can contribute X and Y, the court will make a decision what is fair under the circumstances. On that note, I wish you all the best, and please go to the maintenance court if you're feeling that you require more maintenance. Thank you.